What's going on, everybody? We're hanging out in my garage. So, real life story. I'm doing some work on my taillight. So, that's what's going on. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody feeling? I wanted to make a video coming up here soon about what it's like experiencing a dark night of the soul. And it's called a few different things in the metaphysical spiritual community. You'll find it more so to be called a dark night of the soul. It's a time period that one goes through to where lots of their inner child, past traumas, lots of things come up from the surface, from the depths to the surface. A lot of things come to the surface. And it can be a very dark time. It can be very difficult to deal with. However, it's a time to let things go. It's an excellent time to allow things to work through you, to embrace the negative, whatever it is that comes up, to deal with it once and for all, to let it go. And it's stuff that you possibly haven't even thought about in a long time. This dark night of the soul, it can happen anywhere at any time. Sometimes it could be one day, 3 months, 2 weeks, a week. I've personally been experiencing the most intense dark night of the soul, I feel like, in my lifetime, since I could remember. Recently, and it was triggered by my grandmother's passing. And a lot of times, dark night of the soul can be triggered by death, loss, trauma. Okay, so I'm smiling because in a weird way, it was a comfort knowing that this was something that happens to people. You know, I'm reading in the metaphysical and the spiritual communities online, and I'm reading more about it in books, and how when you're going through an awakening experience or a kundalini awakening, that you're clearing a lot, okay, first and foremost. So when you're going through the different processes, the different stages of awakening, at some point, a lot of stuff that's holding you back, so to say, or any past traumas, they're going to come to the surface to serve you. And it's not going to feel like it's serving you at the time because you're going to be going through what feels like a hell. But you remember that you're not alone, that your higher source, your angels, your guides are with you. And they're helping you to recognize this and to be able to let this go. There's a lot of depth to this and a lot more to talk about, which I'll make a video about later. I wanted to say that I was thinking about making a dark night of the soul type video here soon because I've been going through this now for a couple months, and a lot of stuff that I felt shame, guilt about, I had forgotten about, you guys and gals and everybody in between. I'd forgotten about these certain things because they were just buried deep within myself that I hadn't allowed myself to think about for years. And as difficult as it's been difficult to function in my living now, my daily life, because this is all coming up. However, as I've been saying, it's been working in my favor to allow me to recognize certain things that are no longer serving me and to work through meditation and prayer with letting them go. So that's why I feel compelled to share a video further in depth about the dark night of the soul, because when you're going through a spiritual awakening, from what I've learned and gathered, you're going to eventually experience this at least once, could be multiple times. And as scary as it sounds, it's there to serve you. It's there to better you on your path, to bringing you more into your light and what your soul purpose is. So that's the beauty of it. Again, it happens with everyone. So that's why I think people should be aware. Thankfully for me, I read about it and heard about it. I became aware of it a little bit prior to when I experienced it. So it was kind of like, I was like, I think I'm having that dark night of the soul experience that I was just reading about. And the more I connected to it, okay, I am. And it was triggered by my grandmother's death and going back home and having lots of things come to the surface. But in the end, when you come out of the dark night of the soul, it's like heavenly bliss, because you shed all that baggage. That's the best part, is you shed all that baggage. And it's almost like a reward for dealing with your bullshit. Because you could try to stuff all this shit back down and say, oh, I'm not experiencing a dark night of the soul. What is this? I'm not thinking about any of that. Go away. You can keep trying to squash that down inside. But what we resist does indeed persist. And that can be a good thing too. People going after their dreams, they keep persisting. And if you resist, that will persist. You guys and gals and everyone in between, there's a lot more to say on this, and I'll be catching you soon with more info about what a dark night of the soul is, what we experience when we go through it, how to get through it. And there's a lot of excellent videos if you're going through something right now and you need more in-depth information. Victor Odo was a great teacher of this. It really made a lot of sense when I watched his videos. And that's Odo, O-D-D-O. Yeah. So much love to everybody out there, spreading the light, spreading the love, and we'll see you soon.